I want to introduce the new Forticept animal health care products to you, which is part of the Wildology promotion starting May the 1st. There are 4 items in stock. Of those 4 items, we've got the first item I want to bring your attention to is the Maxi Wash, which, as you can see, it comes in a spray application bottle. It is a liquid product, and it's used for abrasions with everything from reptiles to birds to cats, dogs, horses, cattle. If you've got an abrasion or a scratch or a bite, hot spot, you can take this product right here and spray it on that area to help promote the healing of the wound. The next product I want to talk about is the Forticept Blue Butter. And the blue butter, as you can see, it's blue. And it's a kind of a gel product. It's designed for wound care, and you don't have to bandage or wrap the wound. All you do is take the product, take your hand and just scoop out what you need and put it on the wound, and it will stay in place. I'll give you an example of that. I had a horse that ran into a post coming into his stall, and he peeled back a portion of skin about the size of an orange on his right hip. And it was bleeding, and it peeled the skin back. And I've got a halter on him, and I took the Forticept Maxi Wash, and I cleaned that wound, and got it cleaned up to my satisfaction. And then I took the blue butter and just smeared that on the wound itself, and I left it. And of course, it's very difficult to bandage in a place like that, but I left it wide open with the blue butter on there. I applied that, or did that same process twice a day for about 7 or 10 days. And at the end of that period of time, there was no proud flesh. The skin, the wound had healed over, and hair was starting to grow back in that wound area. And it took several weeks, of course, for that to fully fill in. But within 3 to 4 weeks, the hair was back. You couldn't tell there was a problem of any kind, and it was an amazing experience. My first attempt to use the product and actually see it perform. We also have another product. It's called Paw Forte, and the Paw Forte is a product similar to the blue butter, but as you can see, it's a heavy cream is what it is, and it's designed to be put on the pad of a cat or a dog, or the nose. When the pad starts drying out and cracking and bleeding, it's very tender, and same with the nose. And this will restore the pad in the nose back to its normal state, and will heal those cracks and so forth on the animal. The fourth item is it's a shampoo, and it's a shampoo. What can I say? But what's uniquely different about not only the shampoo but all these products is that Forticept has a new process that they are using to produce these items. It's a polymer technology, and the only way I know how to really explain that to you is that they have found a way to bind all of the ingredients that they use in their products and suspend those in the product itself. And it has reduced the amount of time to produce the products, so the cost of production has dropped as compared to other products that you may find on the shelf. And Forticept has taken those savings, and they've passed them on to the distributor, Gbos, and Gbos is passing those cost savings on to the customer. And that's a big deal. I can tell you from personal experience, when I'm looking for something like animal health care or anything really, I look for several things. I want it to perform do the job that I want it to do. That's number one. Number two, I don't want to spend a lot of money. If I can find something that works and that does everything I want it to do for a price that's really more competitive, then I'm going to buy that product and I'm going to use that product. And then last but not least, I've gotten into the position where I just really do feel like that I want to buy anything and everything I can that's American made. And I can tell you that these products here are made in the USA. And we don't rely on someone else across the water to produce anything for us. And it's all here. And and it's produced in Georgia. What can I say? Those are big deals to me, and I think maybe a lot of customers feel the same way about that. Most customers will spend whatever kind of money it takes to get their pets or their animals healed, but they don't want to have to go out and blow a lot of money. And so these products do that. And some other things that we need to talk about that you can relate on to your customers is that all these products are FDA approved. And that too is a big deal. Most of the products you'll find on the shelf today do not have an FDA approval. And what that means is that it's checked all the boxes to be safe and to be consistent week in and week out. All these products are alcohol free and they're toxic chemical free. And I'm going to speak a little bit to the alcohol real quick. And that is that most of the products on the shelf today have an alcohol base. They're using alcohol in some form to make that product. Not everyone, but in many cases that's correct. And so what does alcohol do? It dries the skin. When you put an alcohol-based product on a wound, it's going to dry the edges of that wound, and it's going to slow the healing process. The difference is that our product does not have the alcohol in it. It's not going to dry up those wounds. It's going to promote healing. The body of the animal or the bird or whatever it may be is not going to have to overcome that dry skin and have to grow through it or around it or under it, whatever it has to do. Our product is going to soften the skin. It's going to allow the animal's body to heal properly and naturally. And so, these are all good things for us, and they're good things for your customers. I'm going to close here. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I'm going to close and tell you again, we're part of the Wildology promotion that starts May the 1st. We're going to have the blue butter, this product right here, we're going to have the blue butter at every checkout stand at Jibo's. And what we're asking you to do is to open that lid, set it on the counter where the customers can see it, and they're going to ask a question about it. And the folks working on the cash register need to be able to answer a few simple questions and to be able to tell their customers what this is and what it does. And we're also going to have a brochure, and that brochure is going to be on the counter as well. And we're going to ask the cashiers to please take a copy or take one of those brochures and put it in every bag of the customers that go out during this period of the Wildology period. And we want your customers to get to know about this product. We want them to understand what it is, and that brochure is going to help them. And by the way, if you're a little uncertain about how to handle questions, you pick up that brochure. That brochure is going to give you a tremendous amount of information to help you to be comfortable talking to that customer, and we certainly don't want you to be uncomfortable. Last but not least, if your customers have questions, if you have questions, don't feel like you can't get an answer. You can, and you can. All you have to do is get in touch with the folks at headquarters and let them know what the question is. They're going to send that question probably to me. And then I'm gonna answer that question for you, and we'll get it back to you so that you can take care of your customer's request. The worst thing we can do with a customer is not follow through, and we've got to follow through with those people. If they need some help and they're interested, let's give them the help. And again, we're more than glad to do that. And I just want to tell y'all here this afternoon that we appreciate you so very much for allowing us to come in into your sales meeting and your training period to try to help you understand the product line and to have a helping hand to you any way we can. We want to have you have a blessed day, and we look forward to helping you and helping your company, and above all, helping the customers. Thank you.